kind of seclude themselves, like all white frats, all Jewish frats, all Latina frats, like all Latina, like in the workforce. When you get out in the workforce, you're not gonna be surrounded by all Latinos. Like, you're not gonna be surrounded by all Jewish people. You're gonna be surrounded by all types of different people, and you have to learn how to adjust and how to deal with different types of people and know about their culture, so you don't offend people. Like, so you learn about people. So that's why I joined them, and they were very open. Like, before I was even in their fraternity, like, they would like treat me as if I was a member. So, like, I think they helped me out as being like, just, like, oh, this kid plays basketball and he's in the frat. Like, he can do anything, pretty much, like, that he puts his mind to. And at the same sense, like, when people look at them, I hope they see, like, oh, these guys are pretty down to earth and they're not superficial at all. Like, they got a guy in a wheelchair and they pick him up like 10,000 stairs every time. Like we have a lot of stairs, so like every time they pick me up the stairs and nobody ever complains, like, I think that's pretty unique, And like when I bring my friends that are in wheelchairs, they pick them up too, so we're all swole.
That's awesome. How has you're part of the basketball team on campus? How has that helped you?
Oh, in connection with that, like we have the basketball team, and it's cool, and like it was nice when I first came here to relate to like that group, like to have somebody who's in the same situation. Might be different in some sense, but we're in the same situation. We're comfortable around each other. We can talk about our disabilities. We can make fun of our disabilities. We can have fun together and just like be in our own world. But at the same time, sometimes it becomes an overload. Like you lose your identity because it's just all a bunch of guys in a wheelchair. And like me, like I've walked before. Like some of these guys didn't walk, so it's like different for me. Like I'm used to having friends that can walk, and some of these guys are just used to having friends in a wheelchair. So I felt like the frat was a good escape from that. Like I have so many worlds, you wanna know. Like I just have so many, because I'm cool with a lot of people, and like I can be cool with enemies and be in the same room with them and somehow let them get along. But like I don't know, I just accept people for who they are. So like even if like I have friends that are jerks and nobody likes them in the world, I'm probably like their only friend, but they accept them for who they are. So like I don't know, I just felt like having another world of not being in a wheelchair is healthy for any person that is disabled, because you can, I don't know, kind of distinguish yourself. Like when you're a group of 5 guys in wheelchairs, oh, it's a bunch of guys in a wheelchair. But when you're like 5 guys who can walk, and then you're just that one guy, you're kind of unique, and you're yourself. You're like your own individual, So I think the frat helped me in that sense of a little escape from my wheelchair world to my kind of normalcy, like of being able to walk from before. If that makes sense.
Absolutely, that's really interesting, actually. Do you think that you became more involved in your community as a result of your disability, or is it the same?
I think more involved, just because I was pretty involved before, because I did tutoring with like kids, and did after school programs and stuff like that. I had a couple jobs doing that, so I was involved in that sense. But I think more involved now because I see with like a kid that is troubled or had the same problems as me, like what path they can go down, and they could either get caught up like me, for like not caught up, but like be in my situation, wrong place, wrong time, and get shot, or they can hang with the wrong crowd and get shot, or they can be the guy behind that gun. So like I feel like I want to touch those individuals that and maybe show them like even though I look healthy and I'm fine and stuff, there's consequences to what they do, and they do change people's life, and you don't hurt the person that you injured the most. You hurt their family, you know. So like, you don't really hurt them. Like, of course they're gonna go through the initial pain, but you really devastate that family. You know, like you pretty much sometimes can break a family. You know, if they're not strong enough. And I've seen that happen. You know, like my cousin got shot when he was um, in 14, and like he died, and like that pretty much broke my aunt down, and she was never the same after that. And that kind of like when my cousin got shot, I just came back from a retreat, like a religious retreat from my Quigley, and like ever since that day, like I was just like, I'm not gonna join a gang, you know, like I'm staying away from gangs, and I don't want to go down that route, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And that was pretty much my awakening to stay away.
Let's see. You've answered pretty much all of them. Yeah, and we have like, how has your perception about your life changed after you acquired a disability? What advice would you give to someone who recently acquired a disability?
That's a good question. I want to.
Which one?
Like, what advice would you give to someone who recently acquired a disability?
Just like I don't know, like take it. This kind of injury. I just let them know like I've been in their situation. Like a big reason like why I got through my situation a little bit better, and I knew that I could get through it because it was like there were long days, you know, a lot of pain and stuff. But when my mom worked at alternative school, and she visited. I think I don't know what happened.
No.
Was
Oh,
it
it's
you?
fine.
Okay. So one time I went with her to visit a kid who had got shot like 6 times, and like he survived and he walked and he was fine. So like like in my mind, I kind of reverted back, and I was like, well, if he can make it, you know, I can make it. Like I know he was going through a lot of pain at the time, and I seen it in his eyes, and then seen all like how many times he got shot and all his wounds, and I was like, well, if he can make it, then I can make it. So like my advice to somebody else is like just take it one day at a time. You know, if you believe in God, I suggest you pray. If you don't, just believe in yourself, and you know, believe in your family, and just focus on just getting better each day. You know, and like don't lose faith in yourself, or don't doubt the reason why. Don't ever doubt yourself, or don't get down on like your situation, because there's a lot of things you can accomplish in life. You know, like I didn't know that when I first got injured, but I drive. You know, I play basketball, play football. You know, I still have kids. You know, and I can do pretty much everything I used to, just not in the same aspect. But like, you know, you still have a whole life to live, even though you're injured. There's still so many great things you can do, especially if you have your mind. You know, it's one of the greatest assets you have. So just utilize all of the things you have, and just try to succeed in life. Like
That's perfect. I mean, that's perfect. Thank you so much.
I know,
Cool.
that was such an amazing
Yeah.
situation.
No,
I don't
thanks a
wanna
lot.
make you guys sad.
No, I'm not sad, but I want to cry of happiness. How was
Yeah.
that?
Oh, you know.